Hi there. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about a concept that I've been writing about and talking about a bit, uh, and that is inner leadership. It's not a new concept per se. It's not even something that I've coined necessarily. I don't know, it's just two words that go together well that describe something that I think is really critical for all people right now, and I suppose always. However, I do think right now in the world it is critical. Inner leadership for me is about being a person who acts from a place of choice and or creating a life based on what you want as opposed to reacting to things in your life. And I suppose the difference could also be described as proactivity versus reactivity. When I was in school years and years ago, I remember being introduced to a concept, internal versus external locus of control. It's actually a concept that I believe originates with Rotter, and has been in psychology's lexicon for years. Essentially, it's the degree to which a person believes that they have authority or autonomy over the decisions in their life as opposed to external forces, and it's a sense of agency. And everybody on this planet has had different life circumstances, and much of your privilege and or your access to things in life will inform whether or not you feel you have an internal or an external locus of control. However, much like any other narrative, there is an ability for us to begin to change how we see internal versus external locus of control. And the more we feel that we have a sense of agency over the life that we're creating, then the more empowered we feel. And if you watched my last video about empowerment and how power is in essence our energy and it gives us our life force, much like the power in our home, it's critical that we have our power. It's critical so that we have the energy to go through life and to do things. And so this idea of inner leadership being a central tenet for anybody who wants to create a life that is more in alignment with their values and with their desires, it really is at the core. Because if you think that life happens to you and then you have to react, and that is 100% totality of the story, then you're really at, sort of subject to the whim of whatever comes your way. If you believe that you can make choices and create a life, then you have more of a say so. And while it's not one or the other, like all things, there is a sort of shared relationship of reciprocity between those two things. It is important that people have a sense of internal locus of control or inner leadership, so that while life happens to them, they also see the role that they play and realize that you are a co-creator in your life. So I want you to just think about, where in your life do you believe that you are the person who gets to decide what you create? Are you making choices around creating things that you want, or are you reacting things that are sort of put in front of you? And do you live your life in that reactive energy? Because I can promise you that is a drain that will lead to really depleted energy, and it will lead to feeling as though you're constantly self-sabotaging and you're constantly hitting roadblocks in being able to create whatever it is you're desiring to bring into your life. So again, inner leadership, inner authority, internal locus of control versus external. Where are you on that continuum, and where do you want to be?